Race number 5 at Ascot is over the 1400 metres, a Class 3 handicap, and again a pretty tight race on paper when you take a look at all of the form lines here, but there was one that was just attacking the line so strongly last start.
Yeah, and the win before that was excellent. Back out to 1400 metres here should suit, but let's watch Zafiro running fourth over 1200 metres.
Pushed very wide on the corner, Regal Moon, and trailed by Card Knight Dayton. 12 rounds by the 250, the leader. A length and a half, Wicked Hunter getting around his heels, followed by the Gospel Sin. Regal Moon down the outside, 12 rounds nearing the 100 from Wicked Hunter. Regal Moon is starting to charge. 12 rounds, Wicked Hunter, Regal Moon, but Wicked Hunter hit the lead in the shadows. And
Well, as you said, a winner to start before over the 1400 metres, and you could see there, stuck on the inside, running along strongly, and still was only going down by 1.8 lengths to Wicked Hunter, which is still a Saturday horse. Neville Punham said that as well. It's just been a little bit out of form. I thought it was a strong performance on that occasion. You draw barrier 3 here now. You get Jason Whiting on board. I don't think there's that much depth in this race. There's some nice types, but they're a bit inconsistent. So I think Zafiro is the one to beat, and hopefully we get some each way odds about it.
Yeah, I think Thunderboom might have been in that race, and that filly has some big wraps on her as well. Yeah, look, I just think out to 1400 metres looks ideal. Barrier 3, slot into the running line and finish off. Probably sit a little bit closer than anything as well. As you mentioned, the track has been playing for those who want to be on the speed, so should be a nice effort in it today. Look, Adam, of the rest, there are a few in contention, such as number 2 Bergio returns here first up. It'll get better over further though.
Yeah, this is a nice type and does race well early on in a campaign. Has never actually plays first up, but those sort of first 4 or 5 runs you see this horse is pretty consistent and there and abouts. Last campaign, of course, beat Charlestown. We've got to remember that too. What I took note of though, first time of running at Ascot, there's a couple in this race that have never raced at Ascot before, so we'll see how the horse goes, but we know that the Miller's camp, they go well. Joey has a party on board as well. Barrier 7, expecting to run a nice race.
Number 9 as well there, Ferngrove for Brian Kersey. Daniel Stake rides, has to be considered a chance after a nice effort last start behind a Marley Moo. Again, those form lines coming through in the challenge stage.
Huge run after being at Esperance. The previous 2 runs and not winning down there was beaten a nose by Mudload and then beaten by Rhino Buster as well, but was put into a nice position by Daniel Stack and only just lost by under a length. Barrier 2 here. A bit like Zafiro, they'll be able to sit nice and close, and I think this horse has got the class to win, but I'm going to go with the replay horse. Number 1 Zafiro, from number 9 Ferngrove, 6 Massachusetts and 7 Chill the Champers.
One on top for me as well, Adam. Zafiro from the 9 Ferngrove, 6 Massachusetts and 7 Chill the Champers.
Race number 6 at Ascot, another Class 3 handicap. It's over the 1400 metres, and Mark, there is form lines from absolutely everywhere for this race.
Yeah, very tricky race to sort out, Adam, but our replay horse ran a very nice race first up. We speak of Outspoken Duke.
And Little Punga shifting ground led the way. Silverno's about to pounce upon it down on the inside. Defiance is coming between them, however, with Outspoken Duke down the middle of the track. Defiance, Silverno's together with Outspoken Duke down on the rail. Miyake Mac is finishing full of running. Outspoken Duke, Defiance, Miyake Mac down on the rails did better than them.
Good performance there by Outspoken Duke, as you said, was first up over the 1400 metres with a 57 kilos as well. My only question mark going into a race like this is the turn of speed. So you take a look at some of the other horses. Checkers can let down quickly. We've seen Sebring Spy be able to just keep going along at that pace. I think Outspoken Duke is only going to get better the further this horse goes. So second up from a wide barrier, yes, only has to carry the 55 kilos, and I think it's still probably the horse with the most upside. I'm just worried if it does come down to a sprint battle, if it has that turn of foot, but it has to go on your numbers.
It is interesting, isn't it, sticking at the 1400 metres second up, unless they think the horse is one of those probably staying types. They think, get the second up run out of the way. A few of these stays might need the run and they can race a bit flat second up, so give him the run here, then step out to 1700 metres. Interesting to see where they go after here, but I still think he can run a nice race. Number 1 up the top there, Culverin, of course, placed in the WATC Derby and the WA Oaks, so she's no slouch. Top weight though, the claim helps.
Yeah, it's a bit of a battle here, isn't it? 59.5 kilos with no trial, so they get the 57.5 with Randy Tan to ride, but barrier 13. For mine, knowing the Kurza camp, what we've seen so many times, do you think this would be a watch run? Just get back, attack the line strongly, tick all the boxes, move into bigger things this prep?
Yeah, absolutely. We've also got in the race there Sebring Spire, you mentioned, but I want to touch on What Did You Do, because not very often I rate horses coming out of maiden wins to win their next start, but I really think What Did You Do, the way the track will play, it can roll out in front. It's a nice big animal and it'll be hard to get past.
There's one horse you need to analyse when you look at What Did You Do, and it's War God, the stablemate that Neville Parnham had that didn't win many for a while and then all of a sudden ran 4 or 5. What you do is
5 out of 6, I think it was.
There you go.
Yeah.
What did you do is the exact same type of horse. We've said that for a long time now. No, Neville Parnham's had raps on this. Now that this horse has the confidence, which it was only beaten ahead the start before, was a winner then, I think can go on and win a few now. We see Brad Parnham taking the ride from barrier 6. Still did a lot wrong on this occasion, which is laying out the entire way down the straight. Of course, Pinjarra was wet on that occasion as well, so had to do a bit of hard work early. But I think this horse can win a few now.
On top for you, Adam?
I'm going to go with number 6, Sebring Spire, to lead all the way through, hopefully with Chris Parnham on board. From number 2, Checkers, 10, Cool Image, and 9, Outspoken Duke.
I've got number 2 on top, Checkers. I really liked the run last start, despite being 7th. The run before that was good as well. From number 4, What Did You Do? 1, Culverin, and 9, Outspoken Duke.
Race 7 at Ascot over the 1200 metres as a Class 1 handicap. And Mark, looking forward to a few runners in this. I think Count Tomozov, we know, is a nice horse. Kiko is still put in a really good performance in the Magic Millions. And there's some good midweek form lines as well.
Yeah, right up the top there, though, for me. Tomahawk. Fred W. Kersley takes the ride and 3 kilos off. It ran a nice second last start at Bunbury.
Third, Woven has still got a handy lead, but getting a bit tired now. It's Woven leading by 2 lengths. Trying hard is Diableri. It's starting to run home pretty well. Game of Whipple's coming through. And then came Tomahawk. Diableri, though, had swept to the lead from on the outside. Tomahawk, Game of Whipple, and also Play for Pleasure. In front, Diableri, Neverline, and Diableri.
Nice performance there by Tomahawk against one I think that's going to be pretty nice and win a few more this campaign. And we have to go back to Melbourne Cup Day when it was a winner on that occasion. And Sean Casey just said, look, it's a little bit dumb in the head, takes a bit of time to mature, unlike the brother Belter, which has just done it so much quicker. But I think this horse is starting to get the race game now.
Yeah, I think he is as well. We've also got, as you mentioned, Count Tomozov there, Adam. Second up here, should improve after that first up run, and no form behind Secret at the moment is bad.
No, exactly right. And even, you go back to the last prep around Astronomite and also Regal Gleam, jumped 290 against Astronomite and 240 against Regal Gleam. So they do have an opinion of this horse. Wide Gate a concern, but the claim with Aaron Mitchell will help.
Yeah, Wide Gate's also a concern for Secret Doubt, which will jump from 14. Look, regally bred mare is this, not a single doubt out of Covertly, the Group 1 winner now. We said it all the way through last preparation that she's got ability. It just needs to be unlocked. I'm hoping this time in, it's been unlocked and it can come out. We can see her true colours.
It's one of those ones I would definitely put in my quaddie for this race, but I just could not find myself putting it in the 4 because you're right, on breeding and what we've seen just on Parts of Brilliance, this horse could just come out, lead all the way, win, and we'd go, oh, there we go, that's what they paid the money for. But when you do look at the stats, you do go through everything else, it's still pretty hard to analyse those form lines. Hasn't won for 482 days, but what I will say, that trial showed that maybe it's just starting to work as well.
Adam, you're on top selections.
I'm going to go with number 2, Count Tomozov. From 10, Akiko. Number 3, Knuckle Down, and 1, Tomahawk.
Number 9 on top for me, first up, Secret Doubt. From the 2, Count Tomozov, 1, Tomahawk, and 11, Orange Strudel.
Final race of the day at Ascot. It's an event over the 1100 metres. And again, Mark, I think there's some pretty good form lines in this. Probably 4 or 5 that are all knocking on the door for another win.
Yeah, Star Glitter's been racing in great form. Let's have a look at its second last start behind Disco-rific.
Links running second on the outside. Sporting Image, Castle Queen now into the clear. And then 2 Silver Trees going up near the fence down the outside. Star Glitter runs on. Bangalore with 150 to go. Tackled by Disco-rific coming through in the middle. 2 Silver Trees and now on the outside Star Glitter. Disco-rific, Star Glitter went to the line another time.
Well, we talked about horses that are knocking on the door and deserving wins. Now, of course, Star Glitter was a winner 3 starts ago, but outside of that was third, 4 starts ago, and then has finished second in the last 2 runs and looked to be the winner last start. I spoke to Brad Parnham and Ben Patterson after the race, and they actually thought that Star Glitter had got the job done. Wasn't to be the case. Star Glitter again putting a nice performance, but I think this is a winnable race for it.
Yeah, we certainly threw out Disco-rific on the box seat for the viewers there. Adam, the class dropper here, Festive Excess, was brilliant first up. Hopefully he can reproduce that second up and will go very close to winning.
Inconsistent horse, but we talked about how good the trial was. Then the first up performance was really good over 1200. There's one reason why I've got it on top. It's a drop back to 1100. It's as simple as that. I think it'll really appreciate that. It has won over the 1000 metres twice and has stolen one over 1200, but I think the distance is ideal. This horse can just lead all the way.
Number 14, Vandemonian, comes into this race first up off a very nice trial. Now, really like this Son of Starcraft and gets every possible from barrier Barrier 1.
Certainly does. Has a good first up record as well. 4 attempts for a victory and a second. The noseband goes on here. Barrier 1, the big bonus with a 54.5 kilos. And I thought the 2 recent trials are good. It was just easy in that first one. The second one showed this horse is ready to go as well. So I think it's another winning chance.
On top for you, Adam?
I'm going to go number 7, Festive Excess, from 3, American Star, throwing in at number 15, Star Glitter, and 4, Assurance.
I've got 15, Star Glitter on top if the first emergency gets a run. 14, Vandemonian, and 7, Festive Excess, and 4, Assurance.
Time now to turn our attention to the best bets of the card, and Mark, I'll be hoping that number 2 is the lucky one. Race 2, number 2, Debellaccio, and race 7, number 2, Count Tomozov.
I'm going against you in the second race of the day, Adam. I've got number 8, Royal Strata. It was one of my best bets. And race 3, number 3, Let's Twist.
As we always do say, you can follow us on social media and YouTube. You can see that on screen at the moment, and perthracing.com.au for all of your event information. On behalf of both of us, hopefully found you plenty of winners.